It has officially been 2,317 days in our hardcore world, and we are now on episode 40, which is a landmarker episode. Hoo-yah! For all of my brand new members and older members, of course, there will be a world download available for episode 40 after this episode, you know, all the changes we've made, but also, let's celebrate a little bit of what we've done since episode 30, because there's been some crazy big changes in our hardcore world since then. Since episode 30, we have built the Cozy Corner Cafe, we have built and terraformed a lighthouse in our whole seaside area, and our epic Guardian Farm. This thing is one of my favorite builds in this world. And of course, we've also built our beautiful little junkyard here. I love the texturing and the detailing on this build. And of course, we also have the beautiful Pale Manor. This is one of my favorite builds in our world right now. Such a cool aesthetic. All right, last but certainly not least, is Fishtown and Fort Fish over here, our newest build in our world. So freaking awesome. I love this place. Now, of course, all of this and more, whatever we build today, will be included in the world download if you are a channel member. So make sure to join as a channel member if you're interested in checking out my world, or if there's any like schematics or inspiration you want to get from this world, make sure to join as a member and you can download it in the Discord. So yeah, we've been busy since episode 30, which is pretty freaking awesome. I love all of our stuff that we've done so far in this world. Now, as you can see in the upper right of my screen, I have a little icon up there. What the F does that icon mean if you're unfamiliar? It is Hero of the Village. Now, we did a little bit of a raid, and I'm filming this out of order, I'll be honest, all right? This intro is being filmed after I did the raid. Yeah, we did a raid to get a little bit of a Totem of Undying, as you can see in my hand here, and also on the ground now. So yeah, the Totem of Undying might be a little bit unpopular for some of you. The reason we got it is because the other day while I was resource grinding, I wasn't streaming, or I was just doing some off-camera stuff, just resource grinding. I had a little bit of a close call. I was wearing my elytra, which first off is already the death of me. I hate wearing my elytra nowadays. But I had an ender chest in front of me and a few other shulkers lying around, and I was building, resource gathering, whatever I was doing, I can't remember. But a creeper approached me and blew up right here, and I took a lot of damage. I think I went down to 2.5 hearts or something like that, which is freaking insane. So ever since then, I've been like, okay, maybe I should get my hands on a totem because I would hate to lose this world. I'm sure a lot of you would hate to see this series end and seeing this beautiful valley come to a close, and I don't want that, so we will be getting a handful of totems. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about me having a totem. Is it too cheese, or does it make sense for this hardcore world? I originally was not wanting to do any totems because totems are they are cheese, all right? Let's admit it. It's a way of escaping death without having to, you know, reset this world or anything, you know? And that's kind of the whole point of hardcore. You have one life. No, let me know what you guys think about this, because I definitely do want to cherish this Totem of Undying, and I'm never going to make a farm for these. I'm never going to have a bazillion cajillion of these. I'm always just going to do it legit because that's more fun and it feels a little bit more like I earned it. So yeah, but anyways, enough blabbering. Let's get to battle, to war. All right, here is our village that we will be doing our raid in. It actually looks like it's a pretty good village, nice and populated, handful of constituents living here. And of course, I've done my preparation. I have extra arrows, I have an ominous bottle, a strength potion, and some freaking notch apples and a golden apple here. We are ready. We are ready to do our first ever village raid. So I'm pretty sure I just drink this. Oh, that was crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me sword, bow, sword. Okay, raid omen. Is this like a countdown for when it's gonna start? Oh, yes, it is. Okay. Villagers, run! Run, guys, run! Ring the bell, go inside! Get into your houses, run! Run! I haven't done a raid in Minecraft in so long, but these are kind of fun. It's like a little mini game. I am worried for my life though, because these guys can be scary. Now, what also is hype is that we get the Hero of the Village effect after, so we can do some crazy trading. Even though we already have a lot of our prices reduced, I think they reset faster too. Die. Get inside houses, man. Don't just sit out here and run around in circles. They're proper tweaking right now. Oh, there they are. Okay. All right, now we got some scary guys. We got Vindicators. These guys do some pretty serious damage. I'm not too worried about them though. Oh, they drop emeralds too. Oh, is that how emerald farms work? Oh, I get it now. Here's Johnny. How much do you actually hit me for? Oh, that's actually a good amount of damage. Okay. One more guy. Oh no, what is he doing? Where'd he go? Did he fall in the ravine? He definitely did, yeah. I kind of love how in between each like level of raid here, whatever's going on, each round, They're running over to the bells and just spamming them, being like, hear ye, hear ye. Oh, okay, we got a Ravager now. Ravager. We're looking for the Evoker guys, I think they're called. And they have... Okay, good, you're swimming in the water. Stupid. Ha, stupid. Yeah, the Evokers are the guys who drop the Totem of Undying, and they have a chance of riding the Ravengers too. Okay, Curiosity, how much do you hit me for? Okay, 1.5 as well. Actually, not too bad. Dude, they literally run over to the bells. These guys are ridiculous. All right, over here. Oh, we got some witches now. Okay, okay. Get inside. Stay inside. Wait, chill, chill, chill. Wait, you guys are all buffed up because of the witches? That's actually so cool. They're literally support. Yeah, ring the bells again. Excuse me, I'm just gonna grab a few hay bales real quick. Oh, Evoker. Yes, okay. So you drop the Totem of Undying. Let's freaking go, our first totem. And we may as well throw it on our offhand. Oh my god! The British are coming! Okay, go, go, get away. Okay, good thing the bow is too broken in this game, so I can just sit back in the water here and just bow them away. All right, I got our first totem. It's freaking huge in my offhand. I kind of hate how big it is. Okay. Oh! Oh! Get freaking comboed, man! Okay, got another totem. Boom, we have 2 totems. Okay, getting a little bit low, a little bit scary. Hello. You are fast! What the hell? Oh, I'm actually talented though. I hit that shot. And here's our other. Okay, how do we do it? We have 4? Dang, that's way more than I thought. We're gonna get 5 in a second. I will say the village is looking a lot more drab. There's not a lot of activity anymore. Oh, there are people still alive. Villagers, get back inside. Thank you for the warnings, but go inside. Go inside. Get in your houses. Now, where else are you guys? Look at that. We have a full inventory of totems right now. Holy crap. Wait, this guy's just enjoying the view. Excuse me. Yeah, he's just enjoying the view. Respect. All right. And then stop running around. Hey, let's go. We got the hero of the village. And we got an achievement for it too. Wait, you let off fireworks too? That's so sick. Well, I'm sorry to the village population here. There's probably only one guy left. I think it's literally just this guy. So I came here, got my totems of undying, pretty much wiped out an entire village. My bad. Indirectly, my bad. But you know what? It's my Minecraft world, so it doesn't freaking matter. That was pretty fun. I was a little bit more worried about my health and like potentially dying, but this netherite armor is just way stronger than I always lead it on to be, you know? But now we're definitely safe and secure in our hardcore world of dying. All right, but now I think we can go ahead and head back to our valley and get working on our real projects for today. All right, so we're here at our beautiful observatory overlooking our whole valley area. Look, we have White Bridge over there, the windmill, the ranch that we worked on last episode, the Nasita area, we got our junkyard, and we got the Cyberpunk City. It's so cool being able to sit up here and kind of just overlook everything that we've worked on pretty much over the past year in this world, which is so freaking awesome. But there's one more thing we need to do, and it's the main purpose of the observatory, but we're going to kind of repurpose it in a weird way. Though the whole main purpose of the observatory was to be a map room to come back and look at all of the maps. And so technically this map right here is from episode 30. It's a little bit outdated. As you can see, we're missing some farm stuff over here. We're missing all of Fishtown there, missing a lot of the trees that we've added over time here, a little bit of terraforming, some of the buildings over there. And also like White Bridge is looking a lot smaller. So there's a lot of stuff missing, which is fine because we want to be we want to keep these as relics to show history of our world. Yes. But the issue with the observatory is there's simply just not a lot of room to continue expanding. Why is there a zombie up here? As you can see, like we don't have a big slot or anything for any of these maps overall inside here. It's pretty cramped. I wish I made it a bit bigger or just kind of planned for that, but unfortunately I did not. So I think we will kind of adapt it and we'll make an extension of the observatory that'll be underground inside this giant mountain here. So we're going to somewhat keep it in theme of the observatory way up there. And we're going to build a little bit of like a kind of like an in the wall entrance into a tunnel. It's going to go right here into the mountain. I think eventually we'll work on a path that kind of goes up, stops right here and goes up the mountain and kind of loops around and everything. But for now, we're going to build right into this mountain, build a nice little staircase, and we're just going to build our map room inside of the mountain. All right, I guess without further ado, let's get started on our first project for today's video. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. All right, the entrance and the interior for our map room are completed, and I did a pretty good job, I think, of kind of matching the whole aesthetic of the actual observatory and continuing it down here. Let's take a little bit of a cheaty cam angle of this. I love how it looks. I think it kind of just ties in this whole area a little bit more together, and also it just makes this feel a little bit less like isolated and kind of by itself, and just having this little extension here just, you know, kind of just expands out the area, like the influence of the observatory just a little bit more, makes it feel a little bit better and like grounded in the world. But on the interior here, we come down this beautiful staircase into the actual map room. It looks so cool, very mystical, but like it's very plain, which I initially was wanting to add way more detail in this, and I might push up the ceiling by 2 or 3 blocks and kind of have these pillars feel a bit more complete. I'm still kind of debating on it, but for right now, this will definitely work. So of course, we continue the theme of using the smooth basalt and the mud bricks on the bottom, kind of keeping that theme together, and also using the copper down here to kind of tie in with like the copper framing we use around the doorways and the windows up in the actual observatory. So yeah, in each of these slots here, we will be putting one of our world maps for every, every 10 episodes or so. I'm gonna try to go back in time and go into some of my older worlds and see if I can get a map, like go into the world, map everything out, and then like transfer those maps over to the current world for episode 40. We'll see if I can pull that off, but I'm thinking, episode 13 or episode 10 or whatever goes right there, episode 20, episode 30, episode 40, episode 50, and episode 60, and then eventually when we, hopefully we get past episode 60, we can keep expanding out the wall and continuing the hallway out a little bit further. But yeah, this will be pretty freaking sick. I think we'll install the episode 40 wall probably a little bit later this episode after we're done with our main build, which we shall head over to the location of. So yes, as you can tell by the thumbnail and likely the reason you clicked on the actual video, we're going to be making a beautiful little English countryside little village area right here on the foot of the same mountain. Now, I've been struggling to try to give this whole center area of the valley a bit more context in our world. It's been pretty tough because these are pretty big plots, on the left and right of the path leading to Fishtown over there. So I've been kind of struggling, trying to figure out how I'm going to fill out this space and make it feel real and like lived in, and while also still adding detail all around the valley and kind of adding some like key features to keep an eye out when you're just kind of walking around and exploring the world. So when you're in the city here and you're on the way out, you have a lot of cool little eye candies to look at as you're leaving. So, you have the Cyberpunk City over here on the left and the forest there. You have the observatory and now the little entrance into the map room, which actually does look quite freaking sick over there. Then we have Digdal right there, and then we have the big tree and the ranch area, windmill. The whole issue with all of this is that everything's on the left and the right of, your focus, which is walking down the middle of this path. So that's what I'm trying to solve over here in this section. Adding that countryside in, we'll just add a little bit more to look at, a little bit more interest into the middle. We'll have a big old apple orchard here too, which I'm so excited to make this apple orchard. I think it's such a fun and unique idea for like a farming area. So anyways, our first step on this project is actually to do a little bit of terraforming, kind of clean up some of this terrain around here, smooth it out, do what we need to do there, and then maybe install in a path connecting this path over there to over here. And then we'll go from there. We'll get a better idea of where we can put in our buildings. So anyways, enjoy the time lapse. As of recording, it's really late at night. I have to be quiet. Okay, nah, I'm just playing. We can talk a little bit. It's no big deal. It is a little bit late at night, but we're gonna go over what we've done so far over here. So first, I did a bunch of terraforming. Additionally, I've gone around and added in a bunch of these stone walls and the spruce fences here to kind of as an in-between between all the stone walls. Give a nice rundown look, but still like a well-maintained. So this will be where our apple orchard is, and then there's another one on this side, and this is where our tree farm is just gonna kind of stay. Kind of giving it a bit more of like an official spot in our world rather than just like the random little grid that it was before. Yeah, this is what our area is looking like right now. Looking pretty freaking good. A lot of potential over there in the empty slots where we're going to put some buildings. Now, the first one we're going to build is going to be a nice gray building. I have a really, really fun palette. May as well show you guys. All right, yes, this is our palette. It's looking kind of funky. It's a pretty big palette for just, you know, a gray scaled build. But we have a lot of interesting blocks in here, and my favorite is actually the gravel. It acts as a really good in-between from the andesite to these coral blocks, which are a lot more purple in their like desaturated form. And then we kind of just slowly build up here. These three are kind of just textures, especially this one is more of just like a texturing. I think it'd be a little different than the barang coral, I think this one's called. But the barang coral is a perfect transition into the tough blocks, and then tough into the front-facing deep slate. It's a little bit lighter than like the side texture. The side texture is a little bit darker. And then we go into the actual cobbled deep slate. Now, typically when I do texturing, I like to do shadows and all that fanciness. But I think this time around, we're going to go with a bit more of not following any sort of shadows. And we're going to be doing more like grime and weathering on the building rather than the typical shadow strat that we do. Yeah, I think it's time for us to start working on our first building here. I'm very excited to work on it. The next time you see me, I'll probably be having a morning voice, so get ready for that clip. All right, you know what time it is, of course. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. Alright, there is our first building in the English countryside area for our apple orchard little town. So freaking cool. As you can see, the palette is absolutely crazy. It works so well. And the brick roof there, just a nice little contrast with the yellow windows using the scaffolding. Oof, I love using scaffolding for windows. Underrated if you haven't used it yet. But even then, like, I add a little layer back there of trapdoors. So yeah, like I said in the other clip, I'm trying to use this sort of, the palette gradient that we had, using it more as grime, which I think works really well. I got a little grime spot down here off all the windows, of course, like, you know, kind of water dripping down and causing some corrosion over time. And kind of keep it towards the bottom as well. This building looks really good. I'm loving it. It's on a little bit of an angle too, which I think gives it a bit more character too. Because, like, I could have built this all flat, but it'd be very boring to look at, right? So putting it on like this very slight angle works really well. All right, now you might notice something. There's 2 blocks we're missing down here. Can you guess what those blocks might be? Like I'm freaking Dora or something. Hello? No, these 2 blocks we need is deep slate, coal ore, but we need to go find some because I don't think I have any in my ore chest back at the base. All right, let's see. Yeah, I didn't think I had any. I have a bunch of regular coal ore, but not quite what I need. So we need to search for 2 pieces of deep slate coal ore. I don't know how lucky we're going to get with this, but we may as well try. All right, let's see. So there's a cave over here that I've explored a long time ago, but I do know it goes pretty deep into the caves. Oh my, turn on gamma. So we want to look around the areas where it starts to transition into the deep slate area. That's like the highest chance we can find deep slate coal ore. All right, let's glide around a little bit. Let's see what we can find. This cave, by the way, is so sick with the whole mine shaft hanging above and everything. Oh, Minecraft cave generation popped off over here. Oh, there's coal right there. Wait, that has a good chance of having at least 2 deep slate coal. Come on. All right, let's see. Oh, dang it. Okay, no luck there. So close though. Gosh dang. Oh, yes. Okay, we have at least 1 right here. Let's go. Okay. I was so hopeful up here. Holy crap. No, one more to end my misery, please. Oh my god, just right as I was losing faith. There's a good chance. Come on. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. Finally, and there's so much here. Oh yes, what a perfect vein. We are cherishing this deep slate coal ore. Holy crap. That took me like 30 minutes. We got 9 now. Let's go. Oh, that was awesome. All right, but finally, after all that time looking for 2 deep slate ore, we can place them down. Boom, bang. See, it was worth it, right? Right, guys? It was worth it. It's a little bit darker than the deep slate right there, and it blends in really well, right? It was worth it, right? All right, but now we have a new problem that this side of the building is super, super boring to look at, and I think it'd be kind of nice to do one more building right here that is a very contrast to this. So I'm thinking kind of like a sandstone yellowish building. Maybe even try to use a few bone blocks, because I think bone blocks look so freaking good in this game. Holy crap, such a nice little color of texture. Hold on, let's go build our palette real quick. All right, so here is our build palette for our second house, and it's gonna go right here. I think it'll be a nice little contrast to this very blank wall that we have going on here. And I think if we make it 1 story tall, you know, it kind of peaks right about here. We'll have a good amount of depth too, which I think will look very nice, kind of coming around the corner, get a nice building here. And we'll kind of match the same style we did right here too. I like this roof, you know, the stone kind of sides to the roof. I think it just gives it a bit more character. And I like having subtle ways of connecting all the buildings together, especially when they're all grouped together. So I think we'll have a few characteristics that'll stand out with all the buildings. So I think the scaffolding windows will all be kind of a consistent theme throughout all of the 3 buildings we'll be making. We'll also be making a building right over in this slot. I'm excited for this one. And another thing is I think we'll do the little like roof right here, these like sidewall roofs with the walls and the candles on top. Just gives it a little bit more character. But when you're building a little village or something similar to that, and you're building a few houses together, it's always good to see if you can tie in a few little key characteristics between all the buildings to make them feel cohesive and like they've been built around the same time. You know what? Let's not mess around. I think we should just build both these buildings in the same montage. So of course, sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. Enjoy this view while it's still here, because eventually we're gonna cover it all up with a bunch of apple trees in the front in this big old little yard right there. But this looks so freaking good. I love it. I love it so much. These 3 buildings just all work so well together. This one, I'm still a little like skeptical on this one, just because I really do like the lighter color, and it's a big contrast to the gray building there. But for some reason, this building and this brick one over here really kind of like, they kind of homogenize better together than this one does. Maybe it's because the angle I built it on, or maybe it's just because of the color palette. I'm not sure. So I'm going to sit on this one for a little bit longer. If you guys have any color palette suggestions for maybe the base of this building and the roof, I guess, in junction, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your guys' suggestions. But yeah, coming around the corner here, a lot of little details. These trees really help just kind of isolate this area from the back of the mountains and just give a lot more like character and nature to this area. Oh, so good. Yeah, a lot of like random details on the hillsides here. I want to do the moss coverings, and we got ferns everywhere and grass and a little fallen log right here that's kind of rotting away with the mossy and the tuft there. A lot of small details go a long way in this build. Like for example, even right here, I have like a few hanging, you know, towels or cloth or whatever just out front here. And that's a nice detail. And then over here, oh wait, I haven't finished this. Oh, I need to finish this. Wait, hold on, I'm not allowed to show, wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. Now this little side yard is complete. And it's a little flower bed, a little flower garden that someone started on the side of their house. I think it's just such a nice little detail, gives a little bit more character. You know, if you're curious about how I did my research for this build, I actually found a random town in the English countryside. And I went around and took screenshots of a bunch of just interesting details. So that's where I got the idea for this flower bed on like the side yard. This one person just had a crazy looking little side yard full of flowers everywhere, crazy tall plants, and it just looked really cool. And I was like, I definitely need to build that and try to implement it into this whole build and just giving a lot more character to the whole area. Now, I know a few of you are going to be disappointed by what I'm about to say, but there are absolutely zero interiors right now. I think eventually it would actually be really fun to come through here and make interiors because these buildings are quite small, so it would be pretty easy to do the interiors and make them feel kind of lived in, and maybe we give a bit more realistic lighting because for now I've just kind of thrown in sea lanterns wherever light needs to shine through, so at nighttime this place looks freaking awesome. But I think eventually we'll come through, do a little interiors with Barce episode, and make some interiors for these buildings just to give a bit more character. Alright, so we have a few more things to tackle. I want to make a few little tents. I want to make a tent that's like over here, kind of overhanging these chests and all this. Just because I end up using these a lot more often. I got bone meal stored in there, and I usually throw in like my roots or whatever when I'm making mangrove trees. I just like to, you know, store random stuff in these chests for the tree farm. So I think it'd be worth making some sort of little tent here that can kind of cover all that just to give a bit more character on the left side here when you're walking up. And then maybe we make another tent on this open plot here. That's going to be another challenge, is trying to fill in these plots to give them some sort of purpose and not make this feel so empty and like not really that interesting to look at. So we'll kind of have to tackle those, but I think we should make some tents. Let me go grab some resources for it. Mueller, let's go. All right, let's build our first tent here. I think this one's going to be a nice little stripe pattern of orange, which I'm going to use acacia and smooth red sandstone. And we're going to use oak as our like other, you know, stripe color, but we're going to do a little bit of bamboo too, just to add a little bit of texture. I wonder how it's going to turn out, but I think these two actually do work quite well together. But let's start working on this. I mean, it looks good, but it kind of looks like a slice of pizza. But I think it's a pretty good shape. I think the bamboo and the oak wood actually do work quite well together. Nothing like, they don't work like super well together, but it's a nice little texturing. It's a nice in between the orange and the bamboo. The oak wood works quite well. All right, we have one more tent over here that I do want to work on. I think this one would be kind of cool because we're gonna make an apple orchard behind here, right? So maybe it's cool if we make this like an apple selling tent, like they're selling the apples from the orchard right here. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Let's get working on it. All right, so here's our second tent now, looking pretty good. And then we gotta set up a little bit of the stalls. So I got some lecterns here. I think we'll do a little bit of this. I want to cover up that book texture, so we're gonna do some signs on top. Then right behind here, we're gonna place these down, and these are supposed to represent apple crates. Trapdoors, yes. Okay, this might help a little bit with the understanding. And now they look like crates, right? And they're filled with apples to the brim. And then if we get some red candles on top and kind of just place them about, and it kind of looks like little apples, you know? If you use your imagination, you can imagine it like as the stem, and those are the apples. They're tall apples, kind of look like pears. But yeah, there's a little apple stand right there. And then we can set up, let's see, I got 1 and 2 more. So maybe we do one right here and another one right here. And of course, we got to add 2 more candle. There we go. Nice. There we go. Now we have a spot where apples could be sold. Oh, yes. Okay. So we have a lot more details to work on. Like, I think on these blank sides and maybe even like over on this blank side over here, I might add in some flower beds, just to kind of give a little bit more color to the area too, especially when you come around the corner here. We know all the trees will be in here, so you won't be able to see this, but it'll be a nice little bit of color over there and some color down there too. But I think more importantly, we need to work on the actual apple orchard. This view from way out over here is now going to be a little bit more compromised. You won't be able to see the front of this building as much, or like the corner over here, or like this front building. It's all gonna be kind of covered by the leaves from the apple orchard, but the apple orchard trees are going to be very cool. We're going to be using red candles as our apples, and inside the trees, on the rare occasion, we will use poppies to kind of be a little bit of a of a little bit more like apples inside the tree, and also like the poppies are a little bit more of a like an obvious red, you know, like these render, like these are like models, right? So they render a little bit differently than these guys do. Yeah, without further ado, I guess let's just get freaking started on the apple orchard, the last part of this build. So of course, sit back, relax, and enjoy the montage. Oh, would you looky here, we have ourselves a wandering villager. What do you have in store for me? Nothing good. But here is our completed countryside area. Our apple orchard is all in place. Look at all the freaking candles and the roses. It looks legit like apple trees. It's so freaking sick. When it's starting to turn nighttime, so you guys can see the nighttime lighting over there. It's pretty good, but it's still, some baddies can spawn around there. But here's the angle from up on the hill. You can still see the buildings peeking over the apple orchard, and the tree, the building over there looks really freaking awesome. Then we have the trees back there. Oh, it all just looks so good. A really great way of filling up this whole plot here that I was really struggling to figure out what I was gonna do with. But here we are. But here's the actual village. You can see all the lights kind of peeking through the windows. It looks so good. I do need to figure out a way to make it so this whole area is mob proof, because right now they can spawn anywhere and everywhere, and it's very dangerous. And of course, if you want to check this out for yourself, you can join as a channel member and you can download the world for yourself and explore everything here. It'll be all up on my Discord server, so make sure you also join that as well. Now, we also need to update our map for the map room down here for episode 40. Now, everything's blank right now, and I think by the time the actual world is uploaded for you guys to explore and download for yourselves, this whole room will be ready for you guys to look at. But right now, I'm just gonna call it good for now, because this is gonna take more effort that I simply don't have the energy for, or even the time. So yeah, we'll update the map and everything for you guys to check out for yourself in the world download. But for now, I'll just deal with it off camera. It's not very entertaining updating maps and having to move files around on my computer. Blech, boring. I just want to thank everyone for the continued support over the last month. We are almost at 100 channel members. I know there's no public number or anything that shows off how many channel members we have on the channel, but we're at 98 as of recording. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and supporting me, join as a member and you'll get access to the exclusive survival server that is for members only, and also get the world downloads. But anyways, that's going to do it for today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Of course, if you liked the video, make sure to like the video. And if you liked me, subscribe to the channel. If you really liked me, consider joining as a channel member. All right, that's going to do it. Bye.